Hello everyone, welcome back to This Is Why We Stand. My name is Joe Archino, and I was inspired to make this series to convey the true meaning of the American flag and why that flag should always be honored forever. Today is obviously President's Day, and you can't go very far on a day like this without mentioning the father of our nation in George Washington. And I think George Washington set a very important standard for all future presidents, and that's the importance of military service. More than two-thirds of U.S. presidents have done some form of military service before becoming commander-in-chief, and obviously Washington was the first and set the example for everyone else. But when you look back at Washington, I think we all kind of have our own way that we connect with him, whether it's a quote or a story from the Revolutionary War. We all kind of have our own unique personal connection to this man and what he built for all of us. And I think to me, one of the ultimate examples of imagery that defines American courage and determination is Washington's crossing of the Delaware River on December 25th, 1776. Now, this is obviously an image that resonates with all of us, and I think we all are very well aware of and can almost paint the picture in our minds when we're thinking about it. But I think that image says everything about who we are, and it really does just almost leaves you speechless to just think of the conditions. And if people don't really know the story, obviously Washington was crossing the river to get over to Trenton, where he was basically going to attack a garrison, which the reports basically were telling him that the number advantage would basically give him a shot at victory there, and a victory was needed so desperately. His army had not won a major battle at the war at this point. His men were demoralized, but they weren't broken, and I think because of that, that's one of the things that helped him in making that decision. And obviously, you can tell from the picture the frigid conditions, and his army was basically heading into a severe winter storm, and obviously coordination was very difficult because of that. The crossing was almost canceled, but Washington persisted, and because he did, his army won their first major battle of the war, and because of that, I think getting the confidence from that is what basically helped save the cause, and we all understand what happened in the ultimate outcome of the war. But it was Washington's decision there, through it all, through the difficulty, that made that victory become achievable, and in the end led to the ultimate victory. But it wasn't easy, and obviously building America has never been easy, but I think the confidence and obviously the courage from that day has been something that has persisted in us forever. And I don't need to remind anyone who's listening to this the price that we have paid to live the way that we do. It has taken generations of men like Washington and the soldiers of the Continental Army to preserve our freedom, but the courage and determination that they showed that day has something that's almost been ingrained in all of us, whether you look at our forefathers who fought in the Civil War or who fought in the World War I or World War II, or you name it. They've all been ingrained with that same style of courage and that same noble type of determination. And I think the first ones who set the precedent and set the standard for all of it was George Washington and the Continental Army during the crossing of the Delaware on December 25th, 1776. And obviously today is not just a day to honor Washington, but all of our presidents, past and present. But I don't think you can look to the others before you acknowledge the service of George Washington. And I think more than anything, the standard he set that's oh so important and will forever be is that military service, because it really does, I think, give you a different perspective. And that's not a knock on any president who hasn't served in the military, but I do think it does give you a unique perspective when you're looking at certain types of things in the world, certain conflicts that arise, certain ways that we need to help our veterans. I really do think that it really pays off so well, and I think we all understand the important things that come from serving in the military. But on this President's Day, I want to wish everyone a very happy day, and I hope everyone has their own unique way that they can pay reflection and tribute on this day. Until the next time, everyone, Joe Archino here. I will be back very soon.